Welcome to the Speak Her Podcast with your host, Camille Essick, the podcast where innovators and creators connect. Let's get started.
The Creative Connect is a 24-hour virtual assistant. Go to CamilleAssick.com and be sure to shop the collection with stock elements and so much more. Be sure to hit that notification bell and subscribe. Now back to the Speaker Podcast. Hey, everybody, tap in. I hope that you're having a really good weekend. Happy Juneteenth. For those that didn't know, you should know. If you don't know now, you know. Thank you to everyone that joined me earlier this morning at 10 a.m. with the Creative Connect. We had a really good conversation about mentorship. You just had to be there and grab it. That live is no longer available. If you would love to connect with me, I would love to connect with you. You can go right now. I'm streaming across various platforms such as iHeartRadio, Spotify, Pandora. I'm also on social media platforms such as Instagram, Blue Sky, TikTok, Threads, Facebook, all the places I'm there. And I would love to hear from you. You can send me an email at thespeakerpodcast@gmail.com, or you can also connect with me at goldendoordigital@gmail.com. And some great things are happening with the Speaker Podcast. As of today, we are now streaming in 54 countries and 1,004 cities. So I'm beyond excited about that. And without further ado, my brother, friend, and mentor, Deshon Gales, he is back. And Deshon, thank you for coming back. Thank you for joining us.
You're very welcome. I'm glad to be here.
Absolutely. What's been going on in your world? How are you doing? What's new? You stay on the move. You stay thriving. I call you the guru that you are. What's been your latest project?
Oh, so much, too much. uh, I definitely want to get away from the flyer game
Mhm.
because it's a heavy load. So that it's consistent in my life. Um, I would much rather be branding or building events and different things there. But that's my daily thing. It's a
Mhm.
heavy load, but I need my finances in that area to match that load.
Yeah, let's kinda talk about that for a minute. I know the flyer game, it's quick, quick grab, but, I had found myself Hey, Natasha, thank you for joining us. And be sure to tag and share with some people. What I have found myself to become is I've tagged myself as the digital eco stylist, and someone this week actually was like, "Oh, what is that?" And I just pretty much told them, like, I'm a curator of social media environments, meaning brand identity development, consultation, recasting, what we know as relaunching, or if you're starting from the ground up. And I curate your digital environments and your social media identity, and that's what I do. And that's the long game. It's what you want. You want those residual monthly contracts. I always say at least 30 days or longer. Longer is stronger. And if you can get them on the residual contact contract with the 30-day minimum, that's how you wanna do it, so that way, if they choose not to renew, you have somebody that may be in the middle of the 90-day contract or at the beginning of the 90-day contract. You always have something revolving, and that's what you want is that residual income.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Residual is the best way to go. Um, Having retainers is you can expect that if you have a trustworthy group or person that you can count on to handle that because the bills are coming each month. So you have to have something there to keep you safe, to keep you protected, because this flyer life is very sporadic if you don't have someone who constantly needs designs.
Yeah,
Um,
and for me, I feel like the retainer is a way to keep everyone fair, if that makes sense. It shows that your client is serious, it proves that you're serious, also that you're not working in vain, because in times past, I was going on the good faith of the person and I got burnt because, hey, Narkita, hey, Miss Cheryl, had people coming in, be sure y'all like and share and tag. I had people, working with for, and not getting paid. And that way the retainer, they have skin in the game, you have skin in the game, and it brings everyone to the table. So I'm a heavy believer in having the paperwork together, having the documentation together, having that retainer up front, just because it just levels the integrity. Because I think sometimes the disappointment comes is when we expect us from other people, and everyone out here, they just don't have our heart and our integrity, and it's not to create barriers, but it's just to create boundaries for protection for your brand and your name, because that's all we have is our brand and our name, our business and our name.
Definitely that, because people will use and abuse you and your gift because they know that you will just go out all the way for them. But I'm constantly thinking every day how I can change my mind concerning that,
Mhm.
because people know that Deshon Gales will get it done for you. Well,
Yeah.
yes, that is very true, but I need you to get it done for me financially, because I'm not going to ever give you some mess. Usually I inspire you to make changes and add things, but I'm never going to gook you. I'm never going to trick you. I'm never not going to show up. I'm never not going to leave you stranded. But many
Yeah.
times I have been left stranded financially, and it is a pain and a heartache, especially with all of these subscriptions and bills that are due. And I can't tell them my client hasn't paid me yet. I can't tell them I'm waiting on Friday for my client to pay me. They don't care. They're going to cut the lights off. They're going to cut the internet off. They're going to cut the subscription off. And then I'm sitting here in the dark. So that's
You
the,
posted something this week and you said, "We're not the help." And
yeah.
can you kinda break that down a little bit more? Because I don't think those that are not within the creative space don't understand our role as creatives and how integral our role is in the world of someone's social media presence. Um, we're not the cleanup crew, or we can't just throw something together. It's deeper than that, it's bigger than that. So let's kind of tap into that a little bit more as far as what truly comes with the heart of a creative or innovator.
Well, because I cherish my gift to design, I'm not just working at McDonald's. It's no problem working with McDonald's or working for McDonald's unless I own the McDonald's. That's nothing to me. But I own DG Creative Studio. I'm just not the help. I may assisting or helping you to build your brand and to promote your event, but I am not the help. I'm not there to sweep up your service. I am a major corporation, a major company, an LLC, and you just can't call me or text me out the blue and ask me to get you something. I'm a full business. My name is my brand, and I can't allow anyone to treat me as if I'm just the street sweeper. And they may make a lot of money for sweeping the streets, but unless you own that sweeping company, you just can't treat them like anything. I provide a service, and I am, as I said on my post, I am not the help. Designers are not the help. And when you need something today, you have to pay for that today. And it is a rush fee, because any designer that I know, their workload is heavy because people want to get the person that they want to use it. And then if you have to go to somebody else, well and good. I'm fine with that. But you find it other person, but I'm not the help. You can't use and abuse my gift, especially when you're not paying. Sometimes I was like, you give me a little money, then I might let you use or abuse me a little bit, but nobody has come up to that. I am not here as a dusty rag. When we dusting furniture, I just pull it out when I want to. No, that is not to be so amongst the graphic designers and creators that I know. It's not right. It's not fair. And then you haven't paid. That's the main thing. I do it because I love it. I can design all night, all day for myself and just
I
all
know
the
because 'cause we're on the phone working together, and there's
yeah.
times we work till we've literally fallen asleep. I think I've fallen asleep, but I know you fall
I
asleep.
know I've fallen asleep on this.
But
But
there have been times we had these working virtual sessions, and Deshon and I will literally virtually work together for inspiration, sharing information. "Hey, what do you think about this? This is what I generated. This is what I created. What do you think?" And literally have been a sounding board for each other, and that's where the community comes in. Being creative is having other designers, within your circle
yeah.
because you understand each other, you understand and our days may be different because let's say if you're up till 2 o'clock in the morning, then you may sleep later because you do have to I don't think people really understand how much you pour out mentally creating. I
Mm,
wanna say it's like preaching, but you do pour out. There's a part of you that you do pour out, and there have been times when I've shut my Mac and I'm like, "Ooh, I'm tired."
yeah.
I'm drained, and the other day I was working on a project, and Deshaun, I could not seem to get something out, and I
Mhm.
said, "Your mind is tired." I said, "Close this computer and go to bed." Because
Yeah.
when you're trying to force something out, especially if it's under a last minute because if someone asks you to do a project and it's last minute and you're already creating out of a deficit, that work will not be your best, and so you do have to allow yourself time to recharge, to
Exactly.
reset, to kinda pull it in, pull it together, whether if it's just watch a movie, go out like today, I took some time away after this morning's live. It was beautiful. I went outside. I just
Mhm.
drove around the community and got out, walked around, grabbed some steps, and I just needed to just kind of clear my mind and think about something else other than design, 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 because when you're like I said, if you're working out of a deficit, it's just not good for you, it's not good for your client, it's not good for the product.
Exactly. Because my mind is constantly going. I'm
Mhm.
constantly thinking what I can do for myself. I'm constantly thinking what I can do for my friends or the church ministry I'm a part of. It's constantly going. I'm constantly creating. And my mind is not God's, but I am most like God because He is the master creator. And that mind is constantly going. Um, but sometimes I have to unplug, I have to detach, I have to go outside and walk as I did today. But and then a lot of times with that, as a creative, people don't know how creatives lose sleep. And if you give them ample time to create what you want, they can give you something phenomenal. I can just pop up anything. I can create something in AI real quick. But a lot of people, it don't have to be good. It don't have to be, you know, high quality. Yes, it does because my name is on it. And when you
It
post it,
does.
even though you may not tag me in what it is, but I know this my work and I have put out trash. Give me
Mhm.
time to create and offer you something phenomenal. God created this whole world we live in how many days? Give me some time. Give me 5 to 7 business days to do something great. And if you don't give me that the rush order fee that I need you to give me, I might give it to you, but it's gonna be trash in my opinion.
Not trash. I know there's been times I've worked on something in the moment, and I thought, "Oh, this is good." But then once I step away and I've thought about it, and it's like, "Wait, what if I add this and do this?" And there have been times where I can take something I've created and I wouldn't say put some juice on it, but I've kinda remastered the look, and when I'm done, I'm like, "Oh." And sometimes it takes me stepping away from it, because if we're just like with the blinders on looking at it, you can't see the forest for the tree sometimes. And
Right.
that happened to me yesterday. I was working on a post for it was for myself, and I thought, "Oh, this is fine." And I was like, "Well, I'll schedule it and post it for later." But then, Deshaun, when I came back to it, it was like, "No, add this. It needed." You ever had somebody's food? It's like it's not bad. It's like it's missing something. Like I can't
Yeah.
taste. And I started kind of doing that. And when I was
Hmm.
finished, I was like, "That's what it needed." And so when I
Right.
posted it, it was it had the it factor to it, and I was very pleased with the result. So I totally understand.
Oh yeah.
Yes. So we're gonna turn the corner a little bit as far as um just outside of the creative side of you. But one and then this is still creative conversation, of course. If you all have not done so, please like, share, and subscribe. Tap in. I'm here with Deshon Gales, and we're just having some creative talk here. Deshaun, one of the things I will say about myself in this creative space, I'm learning more and more about myself every time. And it's a stretch. And this is something I talked about this morning on this morning's live. Um, hey Jean, as far as mentorship and how important it is to have a mentor and why that is. And one of the reasons why I mentioned having a mentor, I have a few, because different areas of my life need mentorship, was to sharpen my skill set. I don't know, even though I'm a degreed person, I'm forever a student. I'm teachable. I'm forever the student. I don't know everything about everything. Am I SME in some areas, subject matter expert in some areas? Of course. But there's always room to grow and always a space to learn. So for you, what is your take on mentorship and the necessity of it?
You gotta have it because you're not the only creative in this universe. Um, I have a mentor in photography, one of my lanes. Um, I have people that inspire me daily as it pertains to graphic design and concepts. And then if I don't go to them or, am accountable to them, I'm just out here on my own. And having someone to be accountable to is an amazing thing because sometimes even in that accountability, iron sharpens iron, and then let allow them to see some new things, some new ideas, and then they enhance that with their abilities. Um, so I appreciate having mentorship, whether because these are you have to have people who trust you. um you got to have someone that you trust because a lot of times people are pulling and tugging on you for your gift so they can take what you have and leave you and go and do bigger and better things than you because they have bigger and better opportunities than you may have. But claiming yourself a mentor is very, very key. And it usually can lead to collaborations. Nobody that mentors me has never not asked me to help them. I think that is a treasure that you need to do. And it just enhances collaborations. And no man is an island, as the song we used to sing in elementary school. Um, I can't do it by myself. I
Mhm.
like stuff that I'm contracted with my church, but we have a heavy workload. And I know some of our youth are going in and doing some stuff on social media and YouTube and all that. I can't do it by myself, even though I think
Mhm.
they think I can, because I can do all things through Christ. Yes, I can, but that I don't want to. Yeah, but you have to have good mentorship in your life, because I know I mentor a lot of people, and I know I need somebody to I need somebody to lay my head on and discuss things and ask people for help. You have
Yeah.
to get help. You have to get assistance. No, I don't know anybody that is that wonderful that they can do that all on their own.
Yeah, and I also feel that when you have that mentorship, there's another layer of accountability. I know there have been I can't say we're gonna be transparent. So in the beginning, I okay, Deshaun is very patient because it seemed like I questioned my ability on so many things. Um, didn't understand, frazzled, intimidated by the technology, some of the language barrier as far as jargon used in it, and I just felt like this is so not in my wheelhouse. I was a lash girl. I had Kamiki Meek lashes. I did makeup on lashes at the Stillers. What am I doing in this space of technology and information? I can't do this. Deshaun was like, "Yes, you can." And every time I became still frustrated, and it could be, I'm like, "Deshaun," he's like, "No, wait." He has FaceTimed me and show me your screen, you know, and he's just like, just do, and it could be the smallest thing that I'm overlooking because I become so um impatient with myself, I guess is the best word. And it's like it's right there. And sometimes you need that mentor to slow you down, okay, and say, because hey Candy, um, what are you doing? Let's walk through this again. Let's look at this again. And bring you all the way when I say back down to the lobby, right? And we'll walk you through it. And so when you have that mentorship, it pushes you, it makes you better. Um, it gives you more accountability, right? And you're better for yourself and your clients. And you also have another set of eyes and another vantage point because, again, I'm using Deshaun and I as an example because he's my mentor in the design space. And I can miss something and he'll say, "Hey, look at this." Or he'll send me a link for something. "Hey, check this out." He gives me homework. Deshaun gives me homework. And he is what I call my professor. He's my school teacher. And so when you have that mentorship there to push those levels out of you and take you higher into spaces you could not realize or know, it's because they believe and mentors see you not for where you are right now, but they see you on the next level, 3, 4, 5, 6. You're looking at yourself at ground zero, but in their eyes, they're like, "This is my protege, this is my student, I see them here." And what they're doing is they're elevating your vision to that higher ground, because when you're working out of a higher mentality, your quality is better, your work product is better, your clients are happier, and that goes back into the mental health side of me, the therapy, the healing, the self-esteem, that all couples together. But like you said, iron sharpens iron, that mentorship, and sometimes the conversations are not the best. And there's been times Deshaun has been like, "Hey, chill out. I'm gonna walk you through it. We got this." But you have to, and it's not so much as hand holding, but it's like taking those training wheels off of the bicycle and sending you down the street. Now you may fall and scrape your knee, but they are also there to pick you up and get you back going as well.
Mm-hmm. Definitely that. We need all of that. Not anyone who just lets you have your way, but don't let me have my way unless we all, are doing the thing right and doing it the best way we possibly can. Um, One of my graphic design mentors um, is J.P. Moore, John Paul Moore. Uh, he has always been an inspiration to me, and as far as design. And then when he found that I was doing photography, he had one of his clients and had me to go down to shoot them.
Wow.
You have to be able to not have tough skin. I just think they were amazing because when you shoot in that little window of your camera, they look sharp. They look like the best thing you ever shot. I sent him them pictures. He was like, "What in the world is this?" My little feelings was hurt. I'm just like, even though after that, you can tell me nothing, because I made sure that I knew what my images looked like before I left out of it, because they look good. I sent him those images. My little feelings was hurt, but with that, me perfecting it, because that was before I was really doing some good retouch to even fix that. But I guess I went ahead and corrected it good enough after he was like, "What is this you sent me?" And we got to do something. But it led to a continuous client to go down and shoot them and do other things with them. So you got to have tough skin, especially if I'm going to teach you, if I'm going to show you something, because I want you to be as good as me and greater than me. Every opportunity, I don't want you to miss. I want you to knock it out of the park every single time. What I tell you, what I teach you, what I train you in, I want you to grasp what I'm saying and go higher. That's why football coaches, they can't go out there and play that game. Most of them are too old, but they know the game, and they are making you rich. They're making you wealthy, and they're teaching you the sword. They're giving you the plays. You go out and do what they say. And once you run that pivot, when you go and catch that ball, the world is yours. I always want my students, my class, anybody that I'm helping, I want to see you better than me, and changing the world. I just want to be your coach. That's where my heart is. Because even in seeing, sometimes I have a little mistakes, because I have cataracts very bad in this left eye, very cloudy. And there are sometimes that I cannot see, but I see in the spirit realm with most things. So if I can get you to do that, I can take you to the next level, because this site is doing some things. But as I see you creatively and in a spiritual realm, I know that I can get you to that place that goes beyond where I am even now.
Yeah, that's good. And it's also sort of passing the torch. Um, because we're not gonna always be here forever, and you do have to give those gifts to the next generation. And when I say generation, it's not always age, right? Just the
Mhm.
generation of creatives.
Yeah.
And, it's going so fast and going into this next, area as far as even with AI. Even
Mhm.
when I started, February, when I started with you, beginning of the year, and this
February.
is June. Look how much things have changed within the last 5.5 months, and there's times you and I have spoken, and you're like, "Oh, this has a new update," and I'm like, "We just did the update 3 weeks ago. We just did it 2 weeks ago." I just got another update today for something,
Yeah.
and I'm just like, "Man." So imagine for those that keep having this fear of AI, um, and delaying the inevitable, right now it's still very undersaturated.
Mhm.
Um, Lots of room, especially for us as Black creatives. There's always been a gap in technology with Black people in technology, right? This
Mhm.
is a great time to jump in, but the later you wait, the harder it will be to catch up. In
Mhm.
business, you're not to thrive. But especially in the business space, in the entrepreneur space, in the creative space, if you wait too late, it will be that much harder for you to grasp it and to catch it.
Mhm. Yeah, and everybody else will be doing it. And it's like, I should have been got on this. I should have been pulled my game up. It is not going anywhere. And I have a group of graphic designers, flyer creators that are just, I know they're afraid of it because they don't want to touch it. Why would you not use any tool that is going to make your job easier, more efficient, and give you more time to live the rest of your life? Because doing flyers, just in doing Photoshop, because they talk about Canva now, but if you pay for it, you get those same tools up in there.
Yeah, I do. I use Canva Pro. I started out, I wanna say 2018 or so,
Mm-hmm.
when Canva was still very basic, free, and then they introduced Canva Pro. And
Mm-hmm.
so, reluctantly, because we don't wanna kick out the money,
Mm-hmm.
to get the features I needed, I had to switch over to Canva Pro.
Yeah.
And the way Canva Pro is now and the updates that they've done in the last, I wanna say 6 months, even in
Mm-hmm.
the last 90 days,
Mm-hmm.
crazy. And so
Absolutely.
what I did was, I wanna say the top of the year, I released my Canva playbook for those that are new to Canva, still haven't touched Canva, and it gives them the basic foundation and the essentials of Canva, what it is, how to use it, how to move around, what to do, and it's user friendly.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, even with that Canva playbook, the updates that come, you still need to get in there, you still need to touch it, you
Mm-hmm.
still need to, if you click the wrong button, there's an undo. Undo it. Stop being afraid of these systems. If you mess up, it's fine. It's not the end of the world.
It's
But
not.
you gotta jump in the wave. You have to.
You must. Because as a graphic designer, you have to have elements, you have to have stock. And there's nothing better than having your own stock. You're not going to try to find stuff because most of the time, black designers, though, when you look for their stock, it's usually this color, not yours. And then when you finally find something, it still doesn't fit. It's the right color, wrong options. But
Mm,
when you are creating with AI generative um, programs or apps, you can find exactly what it is that you want because you're telling AI, this is what I want. And AI will give it to you because you're the boss. AI does not take over, you take over AI because it is what you say, is what you type, is what you put in. If you see it in your mind, you can say it to most platforms nowadays and say what it is you need, what it is
yeah,
you want, and tell it to give it to you. You're the boss. You're
yeah,
not going to lose your job. Nobody's going to ask you, is this AI? Unless it's something just look blatantly old, but it'll give you what you ask for. You can have what you say. You say it, speak it, type it, and you can get it. I have never not gotten anything that I wanted or that I saw. And if you just lock yourself into something, oh, I'm not getting on the AI stuff, you need to get on the AI stuff tonight. If you are a graphic designer, you don't need to be working without it. In one of my design groups, someone was saying, "Oh, I put my flyer in the Chat GPT and said critique this and rip them to shreds." Use that to help you make your things better. If you're not the best of the best and you know that in your mind and in your heart, you need to tell Chat GPT, critique this. How can I make this better? What do I need here? And you need to be able to create those elements, that stock, in order to make your work. You
yeah. I
must.
think we have to stop the AI shaming because we hear
Mhm.
people, "Oh, well, they wrote that with ChatGPT." Honey, everything now is ChatGPT. I think
Everything.
everything, even you look at commercials you see on TV, the script behind that is ChatGPT, and you can take the idea, or what I call the skeleton of what you want to say.
Mm-hmm.
You can type in phrases and say, "I need an email for booking a client regarding, I don't know, hair appointment,
Mm-hmm.
time, location, amount. Um, I think this client may want um monthly services like a subscription. How do
Mm-hmm.
I explain this to the client in the email?" And you
Mm-hmm.
just put the bones of that in ChatGPT, it will
Mm-hmm.
give you an email detailing that. Or if
Very.
you're saying, "I'm a pastor of a church and I have a proposal to the board. Here are some of the numbers and the stats. I'm pressed for time. You're on a flight headed from, I don't know, DC to Dallas, and
Mm-hmm.
you need this proposal, by a certain time.
Yeah.
Can you write this proposal out for me if I get," and you can even take the document and drop it into GPT, and it will create that for you.
Mm-hmm.
So to say it's like a personal assistant without limits,
Exactly.
and it is wonderful. I've used it when I've needed posts for my social media
Mm-hmm.
because I schedule a lot of posts, and I'll give it, "Hey, I have this on Monday, this is going on Wednesday. I need a post for this. I need language for this because I have a podcast episode coming up. I need ex," and it will spit out everything, hashtag emojis. I
Mm-hmm.
grab it and post it because, yes, there are times I still type things out, but
Mm-hmm.
to sit there and think about it, "Oh, that's a run-on sentence. Let me check the spelling." Time. I
Time.
get more done now when I say ChatGPT, "Good morning," it talks to me like I'm a person. And
Yeah.
then I have a thing on, Facebook, it's called My Creative Cafe, and I personalized it, and it
Mm-hmm.
knows me. "Good morning, queen, da 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 da." It's got black girl persona, okay?
Yeah.
And so you can really customize it, and it will, and even with ChatGPT and Deshon, you can hop in and let me know when it starts to learn you, you can type something, it already knows your custom colors, it will know your general hashtag, it becomes
Mhm.
your personal assistant.
It is your personal assistant. Mine definitely knows me because you know how I say team, and then I.
All the
And
time.
Jamie told me that. I showed my mom that one time. He said, "Did they just say what you be saying?" Yes, that's my assistant, my personal help. It knows me, knows how I think, and then it will talk like me if I use the voice for it. It's just like me when I'm writing something or typing something out. It does just like that. Um, so if you're not using it, I challenge all of the speaker podcast listeners tonight. Go to Chat GPT. If you got to Google it, it's open source. Um, you need to go there tonight. Just put in anything that you've been wondering about. It's more than looking up recipes. It's more than it is like
Creating Muppet memes.
yeah, and I'm just like it's way more than that now. That
Yes.
they've always been doing that, and
Mhm.
do more than that. Enhance your life. Figure out how can I get paid to do such and such that I love to do.
Mhm.
It will definitely spit out a full plan for you to use.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to tell you, with that, I got two big events. Because I'm like, people ask me for prices. I don't put prices on my websites because I never know who is going to ask me for something. And that don't
Well,
mean I
it's client
charge them,
specific,
but
right?
some I just can't do that and limit it to that because people will take advantage of your price.
Mm.
And you prices vary. It depends on what you need and how much content that you need and how long it will take. Because every job is not the same.
Yeah.
Every project is different. There are sometimes things that have to invest way more time in than just a simple flyer. And
Yeah.
then most people, especially if you're doing a conference, and do you want to add everybody, and you want to add those people's church and what city they from? Nobody cares about that. But you you have to go in and align these things up and think about it, because they're like, because you just can't slap them on a page. You
Yeah,
have to think. Chat GPT can definitely help you out um with doing things of that nature, because
one
it is definitely a pain when you have to do those kinds of things.
absolutely. One of the things you said this week, I want to touch on before we begin to wrap up.
Mhm.
You did a course this week on the algorithm, and those that missed that, you need to tap in. You need to follow Deshaun. You need to follow him. You need to grab his tools because um he's made me better and making me better on top of me putting in the sweat equity. But one of the things you said during the course was you said pretty much that social media is not just like your billboard, like it's a tool. It's
Mhm.
used to educate those that follow you, it's there to educate those within your space. How are we using our social media platforms not just to post constantly back to back to back, but to draw people in, to build a community, to build culture within your space, to cultivate this learning environment so you can create those paying clients, but it starts with education.
Yes, most definitely that. You have to educate and entertain all at the same time, because nobody wants to look at something boring. If you entertain me as you are teaching me, as you're educating me, I'm going to be on that all day long. I'm going to have it playing in my background. I'm playing in my ear. And when these people that give you both of that, those people can almost get anything from me. And that's how I want to be in my business and in everything that I teach. I want to entertain you. I'm going to make you laugh. And I'm going to teach you something phenomenal that you will never forget. And you can do that through your social media platforms.
Mm.
Um, because that's not going anywhere either. Sometimes they fail, sometimes they may go out, but that's technology. But it's going to be here, just like AI. And you have to learn what your niche is and how you can get somebody to use your services and entertain them and give them a good hook and capture them. And because once you get those viewers, once you get the right followers, you'll never be broke a day in your life. And because the only time that I don't have money in my pocket is because I did not go live. I did not make a post on social media. And I'm wondering, oh, their bank account is low or I don't have anything. Yeah, because you haven't opened up your mouth to teach, to say what you're doing. Because if you don't do it, you won't get any money. You won't get any followers. You won't get
You
any
yeah.
business.
Showing up. You have to show up.
McDonald's shows up. Burger
Mhm.
King shows up. If I go in there right now, I promise you a McDonald's commercial is coming. And we have to make our own commercials, whether they be cartoons or you sit up and get your phone and do what you need to do and put it out there. Even if you feel like it's trash, put it out there. You'll get better the more you do it. And with
Yeah.
AI, it's very hard to come up with some mess.
I don't know. When I started out, I was like, "What?" You have to train
Baby,
it. Somebody asked me something like, "Well, mine doesn't look like yours." I said, "You have to train it."
yeah, you must. And it's just, it doesn't come overnight, but you've got to
Mm-mm.
start
Yeah.
either in the morning or at night. And the more you do it, you be like, oh, I just did that. Sometimes
Mhm.
I create, because I have niche and theme social media accounts. Sometimes I make that stuff and I'm just like, this looks real.
'Cause I stay blowing up your phone. I'm like, "Son, We need a session.
Listen,
I try to get like you.
that's right. And baby, because when I teach you something, I want you to do as good as me and greater than me.
I'm
The
not
stuff you
there.
posted this week.
I'm not there. It takes work.
Okay. Well, your instructor, your teacher looked at that, what you've been putting out, ridiculous. And I'm so proud, like a proud. I mean, that has been phenomenal. That anybody who does not want to take a part of this teaching and these classes, I don't know what to tell you because I am not a gatekeeper. But if I'm running a class, I'm not going to give you everything.
You have to invest
I just
though. That's the
you
thing. You
have
have to
to
make the
invest
investment.
in you. And I'm just not going to give you myself because nobody gives me anything besides my mom.
You have to make the investment. And that investment is
It's money because that's what I need. Money. Money answereth all things. That's in my good book. No matter which translation you look, I need money. I need the coins. I need the mullahs. T.S. Madison say, run me back, run me them coins. I can't be in the dark. And I can't tell you everything unless you invest in me so I can invest in you.
what's the
If I
next
just
class?
give you everything, then you leave me in the dark as you have been leaving me before.
When's the
But
next
I
class?
have tools and things that I am ready to give and to share with you, but it's not free.
It's not.
Salvation, it was not free. Somebody died for that.
Mm.
Huh?
Huh?
So
Fact. The truth
can't
to
give,
tell.
we can't give it away. People ask, how you have a
Oh, the
class.
DMs I get. Oh, the DM slides I
Ooh,
get.
yeah, it's not
Oh,
free. And
yeah.
I'm ready and willing to teach you
With
all
the
day, all
investment.
night. But I'm not giving it away. There's
No.
nothing free over here.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
All facts.
If salvation isn't, my classes aren't.
They're not. But it's worth it. It's so worth the investment. And that's what we wanna get into as we wrap up here with takeaways, nuggets for the listeners and viewers, and where people can reach you on social media because we definitely need to know one nugget or takeaway, and then where and when is the next class? How can we get on, get in, and register?
Okay. Well, if you go to Deshon Gales at anything, you'll get all of me. When you go to at Deshon Gales, if you Google that, everything I've ever done is up there, which is scary. But it will lead you to DG Creative Studio, which I'm the owner of, and you'll see Deshon Gales photography, you'll see DGAI art, you will see all of those things when you go to Deshon Gales. My courses are going on even now. Um, I do one-on-one trainings and I do groups of 5. And you just may look out. Don't get a filled up 5-person class, and you're getting that one-on-one experience. That's just based on time and people's timing. But you can go to DG Creative Studio and tap on Beyond the Lens. I think it's the last button on my website. And if you need a website, you'll see the name down below. I create those, and that if you go to it, you will see all of. Now that's one thing I do have on one of my sites is the AI pricing, so that people can kind of get the gist of that. But if you go to that, then you'll get all of me, and I'm gonna give you an exclusive, Cam. Beyond the Lens is going beyond the class. I am going to do Beyond the Lens podcast. So
Congratulations.
So I have been wanting to do it before I got to doing the Beyond the Lens course. But I do have the heart for people, and I can give them different nuggets so they can hear my voice, and
Yes,
it'll
and I'll
inspire
support for
them.
sure. I will
Yeah,
definitely support the pod, and if you need me to
yeah,
slide on
so,
through, I'll do that as well.
yeah, so Beyond the Lens podcast is coming soon. But the courses, you can go on my site right now and sign up.
I'm
Just let me
excited.
confirm what day it is so that I can get the teams and the groups together, unless you want a one-on-one. And those one-on-ones have been crazy good, I'm trying to tell you. And all of my people that have been in that class, in my classes, life-changing work. From
You can't get it
books
all in one
to
session. It's a
video.
lot. Mhm.
Yeah. Because I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna be alone. But then I just keep going because I love to pour. I love to pour. So
Mm,
we have to cut it off. But
yes,
I look forward to connecting with everyone that is here tonight and who will watch the replay.
absolutely, and I do intend on signing up for another session, um, because I'm in a space I'm hungry, and Deshon will tell you I'm hungry for this. And so anytime there's always new information,
Mhm.
and I can slide in a session, and if you follow Deshaun online on social media, he's always putting something out. Hey, there's a session. This is the date. Hop in. And if you can't get that one, jump in the next one. But you have to jump. I will behoove you to not do so. Like this is something you want to do. You want to grab it. You want to jump into Deshaun's class. I'm pushing it because it's blessed me. It continues to bless me. Those that follow me on social media, you see the growth. Like you see the material. All right.
Mhm.
And so we want to get this off the ground in the air and up and running to another level because he is one of those people you want to connect with, you want to follow and get with Beyond the Lens, Deshon Gales across all social media platforms. I definitely will be getting on another session very, very soon. You know, convocation season is here, so my schedule is a little different, but
Yeah.
that yeah, and you know, because what you do. But yeah, for sure. So I hope everyone got something from this conversation. Deshon, thank you for your time and your gem and your wisdoms. We really appreciate it. It's always a joy, a blast when you come by. So thank you so much. And you know, we'll be talking offline per usual. We talk every day. So
Mhm.
um for those that have not done so, be sure to connect with me. I'm across various streaming platforms, CamilleEssick.com. And you can also shoot me an email at Golden Door Media, Golden Door Digital at gmail.com and at the Speaker Podcast at gmail.com. I have some amazing things regarding um, Golden Door Media coming very soon. Very excited about that. It's been softly behind closed doors, but that big announcement will be coming out in the next couple months. I'm excited about that. And y'all, this wraps up our live podcast for the month of June. I may do another Creative Connect, but we are sliding into convocation season, so my schedule will be a little bit different. But be sure to follow me on those platforms. And to those that watch now or later, thank you for tuning in. This is Camille Essick, host of the Speaker Podcast, the podcast for innovators, critics connect. You all be safe. Happy Juneteenth. Be blessed. Good night. Have a great weekend. Bye.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Speak Her Podcast. Be sure to follow Camille on Instagram at Camille.Essick, Facebook at the Speak Her Podcast, or www.CamilleEssick.com.